Within the OneFlorida i2b2 instance, you can search via many different data elements from demographics to labs to medications and diagnosis. Every 3 months, new data elements are added on which you can query. In this video, we explore many of the data types that are available for querying with a focus on those most commonly used. For more details about the data elements, you can look at the i2b2 data guides, which is posted on the OneFlorida construction website, or use the link shown down below in the description. I'll start by expanding the Navigate Terms window. This will provide us more space to explore different data elements. Within the i2b2 interface, you will notice that all the data elements are organized hierarchically, and most users will want to spend some time exploring the different data elements within the hierarchy. I will start by looking at demographics, in which you can expand the demographics folder by clicking the plus button next to it. As you can see, you can query on age. Within age, you can query on a variety of age ranges. For example, you can query on 0 to 9 years old if you drag the entire folder into the query. Or you can drill down even further and grab individual years beyond age. Within demographics, you can query on things like ethnicity, race, sex, and vital status. Vital status can be useful if you're only interested in patients who are currently living. Moving on to the diagnosis, which many people query regularly. Diagnoses are organized by ICD-9 CM code and ICD-10 CM code. As we drill down, you'll find you can query separately for build diagnosis or by problem list and diagnosis. Moreover, within problem list diagnosis, you can query for active problems or resolved problems. You'll see there's a number of layers to this hierarchy as we drill down to individual diagnoses. Within encounters, you can find things like age at visit, which is distinct from current age, which you find back in the demographics folder. So for age at visit, you can combine this with things like diagnosis codes or certain kind of encounters, and you can find only patients who are at a given age at the time of that diagnosis or the time of that encounter. You can also search for patients based on diagnosis-related group, discharge disposition, discharge status, and encounter type. In encounter type, you can query by emergency department, inpatient hospital stay, or the others. You can also query by facility location or facility type, which will provide you specific group practice or hospital location within the partner's health system. Finally, you can make a query based on payer type. Here, this is the payer at a given encounter. Within the enrollment folder, enrollment is a concept that defines a period of time during which a person is expected to have complete data capture. This concept is often insurance-based, but other methods of defining enrollment are possible. Within lab folder, you can query based on the LOINC hierarchy. LOINC stands for Logical Observation Identifiers, Names, and Codes, and it's a universal standard for identifying lab results. As you continue to drill down, again, you'll find more specific individual lab results. Moving on to the medication folder. Medications included in i2b2 represent the full continuum of care for the patient. They are not limited to the hospital encounters in the instance. Medications are represented by their prescription norm names and codes. Medications are organized and displayed according to the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs National Drug File Reference Terminology, NDFRT. In i2b2, you can search the NDFRT hierarchy through navigate terms to explore drug products by VA class. Prescription norm codes were assigned based on mapping of OneFlorida partners' specific medication codes to prescription norm codes. Because of the process required to map partners' medications to prescription norm codes, specific distinction between two similar medications may not maintain. Investigators can query procedure codes by using ICD-9 CM and ICD-10 PCS codes for pre and post September 30th, 2015. By placing ICD-9 and ICD-10 codes in the same query panel, user may span the pre and post implementation periods. CPT codes are also available, though use across partners is not necessarily consistent or comprehensive. Finally, i2b2 includes data of interest related to vital signs, conclusions resulting from the examination of patients in clinical, hospital, and/or outpatient settings. Vital signs include blood pressure, BMI, height, weight, smoking status, and form of tobacco use, and directly measure an individual's most current state of attributes. Vital signs represent the multiple measurements of a given item taken during an encounter, and as such allow the investigator to query all recordings of the finding during the course of a single encounter. With that, I'll conclude this video on using the Navigate Terms feature within the OneFlorida i2b2 interface.